There's no other way to put it. There's just a whole lot of reverbs in here. Hopefully that demo jam kind of highlighted the fact that we're talking about more than a standard reverb pedal here. We started out with a tremolo reverb. And then we moved into a fairly vanilla but still pretty tasty plate reverb. Then we yanked the knob down to Shimmer for a little atmospheric, airy, synthy kind of thing. Quick tour of the controls. They start simple enough. We've got mode, delay time, tone, level. And mode selects the mode that we're in. Level controls the output mix, dry to wet. And at least for these first three modes, time and tone control the time and tone of the reverb. Up next, reverse delay, and in here, time controls the amount of delay between hitting a note and hearing it start to kind of reverse fade in. So you'll hear the dry signal and then the reverse reverb rushing in after that delay period. The echo mode probably won't have anyone selling their fancy delay pedals, but it does have a nice combination of delay and plate reverb that certainly can hold its own. In the style of a Fender vibrato, meaning a tremolo, we've got the trem mode. And in here, time controls the tremolo rate, tone controls the tremolo depth, and we're going to start using this little mode button right here because this is how we cycle between the different wave shapes. We've got triangle, square, and sine. Up next, a modulated reverb, and in green mode, it's chorus style modulation. In red mode, it's everyone's favorite reverb modulation, flurb. It's a flanging reverb type effect. And then in orange mode, that mixes the two together, so it's like a 2-in-1. As we start to get more complex, I want to point out that our settings will stay with each mode. So after we cook up this amazing, super tasty orange mode modulation setting, we don't lose it when we flip back to the hall or spring and then come back. Or down to the dynamic mode, which makes the reverb react to the intensity of our playing. These three modes, the green, red, orange, are very different. So first up in the green mode, we get the reverb swelling in, and I like this one with the mix set pretty high. Red mode is a gated mode, so reverb is only there when the input signal is above a certain level. Orange mode is kind of like the inverse of that last one. It's called duckling. I'm sorry. I mean ducking. Ducking. So the reverb is there when we're playing soft, and then it disappears with harder playing, and then comes back in when we back off again. Auto Infinite samples what we're playing and holds it until we play the next thing. Shimmer is Shimmer. Octave pitch shifting to make everything sound beautiful and epic. And Poly is kind of like a more customizable shimmer. The intervals are adjustable. Now check this out and I'll explain it in more detail when we come back. Alright, so in order to adjust those intervals, we needed to go into secondary knob mode by holding down the little mode button here. That's like the advanced menu. Each mode has secondary functions for these knobs on the right here. Like we can adjust the length of the emulated reverb tank springs for the spring reverb, the modulation rate in Shimmer, the pre-delay time in Plate. Of course, none of these are necessary. They're just nice to have. And there's quite a bit more to this pedal. I don't want to just stand here and read the instructions, but like the delay actually has tap tempo. There's a jack over here for the infinite function. And in case you missed it, you can double tap the switch here to crash the spring reverb tank. One thing I did observe, and I saw some other people mentioning this online, yeah, look at that. That's not good at all. It's power cycling on those last two modes, and only on those last two modes. And for me, I fixed this by replacing the power cord I was using. I'm guessing Sprout chewed on it or something. Once I replaced it, it worked like a charm. But if you see that or you read about that, check your power and your connections. Here's my take. I'm not typically a reverb as an effect type of person. I rely on the springs in my amp or just the space that I'm in. But I found these modes to be very inspiring, and now this pedal has me thinking. It actually has me thinking more and more about the Oceans 12, because that's stereo. It's got more modes. It's got dual modes, which you can switch between with the foot switches. It's easier to see what the controls do right on the front panel there, and it's not that much more expensive. On the other side of things, if you only need those first three reverbs, the plate, spring, and hall, and or you need a pedal that fits easily into your front jean pocket, you weirdo, Electro Harmonix has the newer Pico-sized Oceans 3 Verb just for you. Honestly, I'd probably just go with the 11 or the 12, just because I think the value of this pedal is in the variations you get. All three of those pedals and much more are available at Zounds.com, and if you're doing any shopping, please make sure you use my links down below. That helps me out tremendously. That's it for me on the Oceans 11. I'm planning an overview of my own ampless recording and practice setup here for the next video, so if there's any pressing questions or suggestions, make sure you get them in here in the comments ASAP. Filming starts in the next few days. I'll catch you on the next one.